Magandang araw mga classmate. Ngayong araw, ang pag-uusapan natin ay ang real numbers. So bilang pagpapatuloy ng ating pag-uusap about real numbers, so atin munang alamin ano ba ang bumubuo ng real numbers. So generally, there are 5 subsets, or we can group real numbers into 5 subsets. And those subsets can be grouped into 2. So we have the rational numbers and irrational numbers. Under rational numbers, we have the integers, whole numbers, and the natural numbers. So let us identify one by one what are those subsets of real numbers. So unahin natin ang natural numbers. Natural numbers, also known as counting numbers. So usually this is denoted by capital letter N, and some of the elements of natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, the next one is what we call the whole numbers. So these are also natural numbers, but this time it includes 0. So usually this is denoted by capital letter W, and some of the elements of whole numbers, of course, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, the third one is what we called integers, which is denoted usually by capital letter Z. So when we say integers, so these are all the elements of whole numbers, including its opposite. So meaning to say, integers, when we include the opposite, so we are talking about the positive and negative numbers. Okay, so some of the elements of integers, maybe we have negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay. So yung ating pang-apat is what we call the rational numbers. So these are numbers that can be expressed as ratio of two integers in the form of fraction such as a over b, provided b is not equal to 0. Aside from that, rational numbers can also be expressed as decimal numbers. So some of the example or elements of rational numbers, so let's say we have negative 1/2. So we have 2/3. And then let's say we have 10.56. So these are some of rational numbers. So lastly, we have irrational numbers. So as stated kanina, this is the second group, and all the other group falls under rational numbers. So ibig sabihin, if we're going to analyze the real number system, pag inalis natin lahat ng rational numbers, so ang matitira ay yung mga numbers na tinatawag na irrational. So ano ba yung definition ng irrational numbers? So this is the complete opposite of rational numbers, because these are numbers that cannot be written as ratio of two integers. Okay, so ano ba yung elements or example ng irrational numbers? So we can consider, let's say, value of pi as irrational. Kasi approximately, ang value ng pi is equal to 3.14159265 and so on. So this is irrational number. Kasi if you will notice, the decimal part or the decimal number is neither repeating nor terminating. So there is no exact way para siya ay convert natin into fraction. Another one is what we call the Euler's numbers. So approximately, ang Euler's number is equal to 2.7182818284 and so on. So ang binibigay ko lang, classmate, ay yung part nung equivalent nung ating irrational numbers. So, hindi siya yung exact. Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, meron pa tayong ellipsis sa dulo. So, that indicates na meron pang mga kasunod yung number. So, another one na pwede nating i-consider is the value of square root of 2. So, this is equal to 1.4142135 6 and so on. So these are some of the example of irrational numbers or elements that can be grouped or categorized as irrational numbers. Okay, so why do we have to study the real number system? So our next activity or the next few example will be considered as the use of knowing what compose the real number system. Kasi kung alam natin kung ano yung bumubuo ng real number system, and then let's say we're asked to arrange the following in increasing order. So if you will notice, classmate, ang given ay magkakaibang form or magkakaibang type ng real numbers. So lahat siya ay real numbers. So kung i-arrange natin in increasing order, so parang imposible at this moment na may arrange siya kasi sila ay magkakaibang form. So possible, ang pwede nating gawin o unahin natin ay bigyan sila ng o iayos into same form or same type. So ang pinakamadali is to rewrite them into decimal form. So negative 6 is negative 6.00. So we're going to rewrite them into decimal form into hundredths place. So 7.9 is 7.90. For 1/4 or negative 1/4, we have negative 0.25. For square root of 32, we have approximately this is equal to 5.66. 4 is 400 or 4.00, and square root of 81 is a perfect square number. So we all know that the roots of 81 is either positive or negative, but this time, so ang i-consider lang natin is positive. So we have 9.00. So in this part, pwede na natin siyang i-arrange in increasing order. So mag-umpisa tayo sa may pinakamaliit na value. So may pinakamaliit na value is negative 6, followed by negative 1/4. So ang susunod sa kanya is 4. And then after 4, we have square root of 32. We have 7.9 and square root of 81. Okay. So that's it when you arrange the given into increasing order. Okay. So let's have another one. So I think this will be the last example. Let's say we have this time baliktarin natin in decreasing order naman. We will start from the greatest value. So ganun uli, it's important for us to rewrite the given into uniform or same form. So ang gamitin uli natin ay decimal numbers. So 5/3 is approximately equal to 1.67. So for those asking how to transform or to write fraction into decimal form, so I will put the description the link in the description box, as well as the lesson on how to estimate square root. Kasi those two lessons are the prerequisite of this lesson para makapag-transform or makapag-rewrite tayo into decimal numbers. So, negative 6, tuloy natin. Negative 6/2 is, so 6 divided by 2, pwedeng i-divide. So, we have negative 3.00. Then, negative 2.78, kopya lang natin. So, square root of 5 is approximately equal to 2.24, followed by 0. And then 3 halves is equal to 1.50. Okay, so again, this time, decreasing order ang gagawin natin. So, ang pinaka malaki muna ang uunahin natin. Then, among sa given, ang may pinakamalaking value ay square root of 5. Okay, so kasunod ng square root of 5 is we have 5 over 3. Then, after 1.67, ang susunod na natin ay 1.5. We have 3 over 2. And then, followed by 0. Then, susunod ay negative 2.78. And lastly, we have negative 6 over 2. Okay, so that would be the arrangement of the numbers when we arrange them into decreasing order. Okay, so that's it. So sana ay may mga natutunan kayo sa ating pinag-usapan ngayon, classmate, at feel free to share this lesson to others para mas marami pa tayong matulungang classmate natin. Hanggang sa muli!